Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the XRP Ripple crypto news, I just want to say a big thank you to those of you that do watch my videos. I've been having something weird going on with the YouTube algorithm. It is hard to get my videos to appear on the homepage. I'm trying to make some adjustments. I'm trying to pivot and figure out what I can do to improve my channel and to make the content itself better. So if there's anything you can think of, by all means, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you can leave comments on my videos, drop a like. That engagement could potentially help me get pushed up just a little bit more. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So the first thing is from Rippleziety. Ripple is not competing with the Fed. It's rebuilding it function by function. Issue the dollar, RLUSD, hold the reserves, OCC Trust Bank, approved settle between banks. The XRP ledger owns the rails. You're talking over 75 licenses worldwide. So it's having a big impact across the world. The Fed clocks out Friday at 4:30. But guess what, guys? The XRP ledger never sleeps. So you get that 24-hour access. One step left, the master account, then Ripple plugs straight into the world's most powerful payment rails. And up next, tokenized Intel stock. This is WINTC, is now live on the XRP ledger, and this is great to see. The more things that get pushed over to the XRP ledger, the more attention it's going to get, the more traffic it's going to get, and then therefore we also have more opportunities for people to put attention over to RLUSD as well as XRP. Every XRP ledger wallet permanently locks one XRP to exist. There are 8 million of them. Now run the math on humanity. If every person on Earth had one XRPL wallet, that's 8.2 billion XRP locked forever. Nearly 14% of circulating supply gone. Today we're at 0.1% of that. Adoption doesn't just create demand on the XRPL, it destroys supply. Now what is really important to stress with this, obviously we need to be realistic. Do you guys think that every single person in the world is going to lock one XRP each? No, it's not. You might see more on average per person if we have some more activity kick up with this. However, it's just to kind of say that, look, the potential here just per person, it's about 14%, which is quite a bit. And that would definitely have a huge impact on this. So we'll see how things continue to play out over time. We might see a surge in demand and activity with this, especially if it ends up having more of an influence throughout the modern network system, especially with banks moving forward. Clarity Act could very well open up a lot of floodgates there. So up next, China just killed retail paper gold, and it points straight at the XRP ledger. ICBC and 4 major banks stopped offering it after settlement on July 24th. Clients were told to close out or take physical delivery. Paper claims are dead. Verifiable ownership is what wins. That's exactly what the XRP ledger was built for. We're talking real assets, on-chain, settling 24/7 in 3 to 5 seconds for fractions of a cent. Tokenized gold is already live on it. The world just decided claims are not enough. The XRPL is where proof lives. And I want to stress this to you guys too. The 3 to 5 seconds is absolutely huge, because if a transaction happens in such a short amount of time like that, and you're worried about price fluctuations when you're trying to do a trade, let's say, you don't have to worry quite as much. So you're trying to do that in comparison to the banks that take 3 to 5 business days. How much does the fiat currency adjust? How much does the crypto adjust over 3 to 5 seconds? It's been looked into before, and it seems like XRP is actually a safer bet. I believe that was Brad Garlinghouse that did an analysis on that. And up next, when yields rise, the time value of money becomes more expensive. Legacy settlement still takes 3 to 5 days. XRP finality is measured in seconds. In a higher rate world, that time difference compounds into real capital efficiency. Most still treat it as a technical detail. It's not. XRP exchange activity is cooling off fast. Binance deposits and withdrawals just fell off a cliff from 650,000 in June to 350,000 now. So, we're talking 300,000 differences there. And same setup we saw before the October 25 run, history rhyming. Well, hopefully this chart is coming from Crypto Quant. So yeah, if we reference back to October 2025, there is a huge amount of potential for this. All right, you guys can see right here, started to make a climb up October going into November 2025, started to dip down, went down here to a bit of a low January 2026. Then we got a little bit lower later on in April 2026. Massive spike up, and then boom, massive drop down, starting to make a little bit of a climb up again. We'll see how that continues to play out. And from VET, never. There's been a better time to build on the XRP ledger with XLS66 lending. Why? Hundreds of millions of XRP looking to be put to use and waiting for products to do so. Evernorth alone has over 473 million XRP for this. It's a major unlock for capital on XRP and an opportunity for builders. A Brazilian dairy farm just tokenized 10 cows to unlock a $19,600 loan on the B3 exchange, a world first. Cute. Now zoom out. $31 billion in real-world assets are already tokenized on-chain, excluding stablecoins. BCG projects $16 trillion by 2030. Treasuries, equities, gold, real estate, private credit. Cows prove the concept works. The XRP ledger is built for where it goes next. 3 to 5 seconds, 24/7, fractions of a cent. Compliance at the protocol level. And at the end of the day, the Clarity Act will still pass. This is coming from XRP Voice on Twitter. Don't let the backroom gridlock over the 2029 Sunset Clause fool you. The financial and political pressure cooking Washington makes total failure practically impossible. Why it matters and why it passes? Well, the White House views this as a vital national security directive. Wall Street giants like BlackRock and Fidelity are squeezing from the top. The police union and Black Church provide absolute grassroots cover. Voters are actively flooding inboxes right now via Clarity for America. And the ultimate hammer. Hanging over every single hesitant Democrat is the multi-million-dollar Fair Shake PAC. With their lethal 48 track record, voting no ahead of the midterms is pure political suicide. The holdouts are completely surrounded. They will take the good over perfect grand bargain before the August 7th recess deadline. And, you know, I was mentioning this before. If this passes the House and the Senate, it still has to be signed by the president. And the big question is, will he actually sign it? He had a huge involvement, a lot of money that he made. That was right when his presidency was first starting. So maybe he'll let it go through just because of the fact that he already made his part in that and he doesn't want to try and muddy the waters moving forward. We'll see. We'll see how things continue to play out. And from Emily, wow, the tokenization market has continued to grow this year. XRP has welcomed $800 million worth of distributed real-world assets in 2026. Look at that, guys. $896 million. Almost $900 million. And Travis-san, for the past 3 weeks, I've been posting here that incredible things are happening on the XRPL. Things I honestly didn't expect. AI and XLS66 are right at the top of that list. XLS66 is a step that transforms XRP from being merely a transfer payment bridge into a yield-generating DeFi asset with its own lending market. As users and institutions lock up their XRP in lending pools, the instant tradable liquidity supply, or liquid supply, I should say, on exchanges will decrease. Even if demand stays flat, the supply squeeze naturally creates upward pressure on the price. Remember, available liquid supply is crucial when it comes to commodities. Just like unlocking a new skill in an MMORPG, XRP is adding a new feature. It's evolving into a financial instrument that yields passive income just by holding it. This significantly boosts the motivation to hodl for both retail and institutional investors. And another post from VET. More permission index activity between RLUSD and EuroP on the XRP ledger because unlike in TradFi, the XRPL does not close over the weekend. It's 24/7. PDEX allows financial institutions to trade amongst XRP accounts that, for example, are KYC'd or have AML. On XRP, let's go. And taking a look at the price movement for XRP on the day, it is below $1.10. We're sitting at about $1.09. Volume activity very low. And it's interesting, Friday was exceptionally low. A bit surprised by that. We can see the previous Friday nearly double or maybe even more Yeah, I'd say it's actually more than double the amount of volume back on July 17th compared to what we just had yesterday, Friday, on July 24th. And as it is, decent chance we're going to have less volume today than that of Friday. If it's actually more, it's highly unusual because it's very consistent. We've been seeing that weekends are lower volume days than the weekdays. But as it is, it just seems like everything is coiling up here quite a bit. We had a dip down early June here to the first week, climbing back up a week later, back down onto June 25th, consolidated until July 1st, started to make a climb up, and just a little bit less than a week later, hit that peak, started to climb down sideways again, a little bit up, back down. It just seems like it wants to sort of hover right around this range. We're talking about 116, $1.16 to about a dollar, about 101, more or less testing the $1 range. We'll see how things continue to move for the rest of the day tomorrow, but more than likely we'll see more activity moving in on Monday. Okay, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much to my supporters over on Patreon and my YouTube members. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.